Most people don't think about their liver puddy until it's too late to ignore. If you've been feeling constantly tired, mentally foggy, or just not quite yourself, patty even after a full night's sleep, how? It's worth paying attention to that. Your body is good at sending signals. The question is
whether we're listening. Here's something worth knowing. The liver is one of the hardest working organs in your body. It filters your blood, processes
nutrients, breaks down medications, and helps regulate hormones tied, all at the same time, all day long. And according to the American, conditions like fatty liver disease affect tens of millions of Americans, many of whom have no idea. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to make you take your everyday habits seriously, because here's what the research actually shows. Small, consistent lifestyle choices have a meaningful impact on liver and lung health. Not miracle cleanses, not 3-day resets, just real food, real rest, and a few evidence-backed ingredients that have been studied for their role in supporting organ function.
Today, we're going to look at, well, what actually stresses your liver and lungs, HAR, and the early warning signs worth noticing.
6 ingredients with genuine research behind them. The science says, and what it doesn't pass. A simple daily drink you can make at home, last. No expensive supplements, no hard to find. What you might notice over days and weeks, not hours. I want to be upfront with you, this isn't a cure. No drink, recipe, or supplement is. But if your current habits aren't serving your health, and for a lot of Americans over 40 they aren't now, then adding a few smart, natural choices to your routine is a reasonable place to start. Think of this less as a detox and more as giving your body consistent, quality support falling, the kind it was designed to respond to. So let's get into it. No hype, no fear, just practical information you can actually use. Your liver doesn't need a miracle. It needs a little more of what it was built to handle, behagregich, and a little less of what it wasn't.
In this segment, part 2, we're discussing the 6 ingredients and crucially, what the science actually says about them. Most people look at a smoothie recipe and think, that looks healthy, but very few people stop to ask why? What is actually happening inside my body when I drink this? Because there's a big difference between drinking something because it sounds healthy souls and drinking something because you understand why it works. And when you understand the why, you're far more likely to stay consistent. And consistency, as we'll talk about later, is everything. So let's go through each of the 6 ingredients in this recipe one by one and look at what the research actually tells us. Avocado, or as we call it today, ingredient number 1, is packed full of monounsaturated fatty acids, which are vital for heart health. Avocado might be the most underestimated liver food in the American diet. Most people think of it as the good fat food, something to put on toast or in guacamole. But what's happening at the cellular level is far more interesting. Avocados are rich in glutathione precursors, particularly a compound called glutathione itself, which the liver uses as its primary antioxidant defense system. Think of glutathione as your liver's internal cleaning crew. When levels are high, the liver can neutralize harmful compounds efficiently. When levels drop tanned due to poor diet, alcohol, stress, or aging pink pelt, the liver starts to struggle. A study published in Food and Chemical Toxicology found that avocado extract helped slow liver damage in animal models exposed. Meanwhile, research from Harvard Health Publishing confirms that monounsaturated fats, the primary fat in avocado, are a source of cholesterol. This matters enormously because visceral fat is one of the leading drivers of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Practical tip: you don't need a large amount. Half an avocado per day is enough to deliver meaningful nutritional support. Function first. In Spain and the Mediterranean region, avocado has been increasingly integrated into the traditional diet fuss. Ingredient number 2 is the humble lemon. Rich in vitamin C, it offers significant benefits for skin health and immunity. Lemon is one of those ingredients that sounds almost too simple to be effective. But the science here is solid. Lemons are exceptionally high in vitamin C and citric acid, and Q, 2 compounds with well-documented roles in liver support. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant that helps neutralize free radicals before they can damage liver cells. Citric acid, meanwhile, supports the liver's natural bile production nastirs, and bile is essential for breaking down dietary fats. And a 2014 study published in PubMed found that lemon polyphenols help suppress fat accumulation in the liver. Research researchers concluded that lemon-derived compounds showed genuine hepatoprotective peklar, or liver-protecting effects. Drinking lemon water first thing in the morning, before coffee, before food, is a habit practiced widely in Blue Zone communities and across Mediterranean cultures. In southern Spain and Greece, starting the day with warm lemon water is considered as natural as brushing your teeth. For the lungs specifically, vitamin C has been shown in multiple studies, including research from the National Institutes of Health, making it harder for airborne irritants and pathogens to take hold. The versatile and nutritious green apple. Green apples bring something the other ingredients don't. Pectin, a soluble fiber that acts almost like a sponge in your digestive tract, binding to toxins, heavy metals, and excess cholesterol before they can be reabsorbed into the bloodstream and sent back to the liver for reprocessing. Inner shores. This is significant. One of the reasons liver loaded isn't just because we consume chum. Pectin helps break that cycle. A clinical review from Johns Hopkins Medicine highlighted the role of dietary fiber, particularly soluble fiber like pectin, in supporting healthy bile acid metabolism. Unroding bocho cardim patients, which directly reduces the burden placed on the liver. Green apples are also rich in quercetin, a flavonoid antioxidant with notable anti-inflammatory properties. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that quercetin intake was associated with improved lung function scores. For anyone in a major American or European city breathing compromised air daily, this is worth paying attention to. Next up for our essential nutrients, we have ingredient number 4, the orange. Rich in vitamin C, it plays a vital role in boosting your immune system. Oranges are best known for vitamin C C-causis, but their benefits for liver and lung health go well beyond that. Oranges contain hesperidin, a powerful flavonoid that has been studied extensively for its effects on circulation and inflammation. A 2020 randomized controlled trial conducted in Japan and published on PubMed
found that hesperidin supplementation led to measurable improvements in blood flow and reductions in inflammatory markers,
both of which directly support liver and lung function. Better circulation means the liver can filter blood more efficiently. Better circulation also means the lungs receive more oxygen-rich blood, improving their capacity to oxygenate the rest of the body. For older adults, particularly those over 50 in the US and in Europe,
orange consumption has been associated in large epidemiological studies with lower rates of chronic lung disease
and better immune resilience during seasonal illness periods. Today, we're looking at ingredient number 5, plums. These small fruits are packed with antioxidants and fiber, crucial for digestion and reducing inflammation. Plums are one of the most overlooked superfoods in Western diets and that's a genuine shame. They are extraordinarily rich in chlorogenic acids, antioxidant compounds that research from the Cleveland Clinic suggests play a mitochondrial. Oxidative stress is essentially what happens when your liver is processing more toxins than its antioxidant defenses can handle per. Plums also support gut motility, meaning they help keep digestion moving efficiently. This matters for liver health because a sluggish digestive system means more time for toxins to be reabsorbed through the gut wall. In the traditional diets of Okinawa, one of the world's original blue zones, fermented and fresh plums have been a dietary staple for centuries. And researchers studying Okinawan longevity have consistently noted exceptionally low rates of liver disease in these communities. Now for our 6th ingredient, ginger. Known for its anti-inflammatory properties, it's a true superfood. Ginger may be the most scientifically validated ingredient in this entire recipe. Its active compound, gingerol tri, has been studied in dozens of clinical trials for its anti-inflammatory,
antioxidant, and hepatoprotective properties.
A meta-analysis published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that ginger supplementation led to significant reductions. When assessing liver stress, physicians look primarily at 2 key markers. The first is ALT, and the second is AST. For the lungs, ginger has demonstrated the ability to relax airway smooth muscle, meaning it can help open up constricted airways and improve airflow. Research from the University of Maryland Medical Center found that gingerol compounds directly inhibited inflammatory pathways in lung tissue. There's significant potential here for supporting respiratory health, particularly for those dealing with pollution exposure or chronic congestion.
In the Mediterranean diet, pu'o, practiced widely across Spain, Italy, and Greece, ginger has been incorporated into daily cooking for generations.
And researchers tracking these populations consistently note lower rates of inflammatory diseases across the board. By synthesizing the data from these different areas, we can finally put it all together and see the full picture. What makes this recipe powerful isn't any single ingredient, it's the synergy between all 6. Each one addresses a different aspect of liver and lung support: antioxidant defense, bile production, toxin binding, circulation,
Inflammation reduction, and cellular repair.
Together, blended with 700 milliliters of water, they create a drink that delivers a genuine, science-supported nutritional foundation for organ health. Is it a cure? No. Is it a meaningful daily habit that your liver and lungs will genuinely benefit from? Absolutely, Taham. In the next part, we're going to talk about exactly how to prepare this recipe, the best time to drink it, common mistakes people make, and what you can realistically expect to notice over 3 days and beyond. The most powerful medicine is often the simplest, Juroust, the kind that's been sitting in your kitchen all along. So, as a final word before the summary, the goal of this recipe, Hon, and of everything we've discussed today, Pori, is not to sell you a supplement, a program, or a dramatic transformation story. It is to give you something far more valuable: an honest, evidence-supported starting point that respects your intelligence and your time. Your liver and lungs are working for you right now, even if they've been struggling. The question is simply whether you're willing to work with them. 6 ingredients, 1 glass, every morning. That's the beginning. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a simple one, Campbelled, that you'll actually follow.